people? Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your 5 senses work, health and strength is good. What? And to you Steam Deck fans, Steam Deck Mob, Steam Deck Tribe and Nation, Steam Deck Universe, and Steam Deck Squad. What's up with it? So, we got an article here talking about the Valve Refutes claim that Steam Deck new SSDs are a downgrade. Look, when it comes to the Steam Deck, when Valve did that initial teardown video, that was giving giving people the green light to change their SSDs if they feel like it. So you can put an SSD inside your Steam Deck. So I don't think it's not a big issue because you're still getting the Steam Deck at full power. So anyway, it says here a new report found Valve has recently swapped their choice of SSDs for a Steam Deck going forward, raising fans' concern of a potential downgrade. It says here, Hardware Luck's first report that 256 gigs and 512 gigabyte models will ship with 2 different options for SSDs. It says here the 256 gig NVMe SSD PCIe Gen 3 x 4 or PCIe Gen 3 x 2. And then it says here the 512 gigabyte high-speed NVMe SSD PCIe Gen 3 x 4 or PCIe Gen 3 x 2. It says the changes to the Steam Deck hardware have been in effect since May 28, and not many have appeared to notice, especially since Valve made no public statement about the changes. The initial report on these changes showed concerns that having of connections from a 4 times to 2 times on the PCIe Express 3.0, which could limit the speed of the SSD. However, Steam Deck designer Lawrence Yang explained that the choice to change the SSD was made to help avoid supply constraint. Okay, says here, Valve reasoning for the Steam Deck SSD change was made in an attempt to secure supply for Steam Deck manufacturing. Smart move. But that also means that if you know how to take the SSD out the Steam Deck and put it back in, that means you got that option of replacing the solid state hard drive yourself. But anyway, it says here, Yang continues saying that any difference would only happen except in extreme uncommon causes. This news comes shortly after Valve announced that they plan to double shipment of Steam Deck every week. Yang, one of our SSD supplier, provides PCIe Gen 3 x 4 NVMe SSD, while another provides a x3, and in parentheses says 2 lanes SSD. Says here, our team has tested both components extensively and determined that there is no impact to performance between the 2 models, Yang said. I can only hope that Valve can be trusted to have properly tested these new components, and new Steam Deck buyers are not left to worry over whether or not they have lost technology gamble. We'll see in our forthcoming hardware test on our Steam Deck units. And it says here, Valve recently launched Steam Deck is now available and in 3 flavors: $399 64 gigs, $529 256, and $649 512 over on the Steam store. Look, the games are still running at full power, and the Steam Deck is still running at full power. So when it comes to the SSD, you still can like change the SSDs if you want to by yourself. There's still that option, or give it to somebody who knows how to do it, and they can install the solid state drive for you. But they did this because to meet they did this so they can have enough Steam decks to get in people's hands, because we're still dealing with the pandemic and the chip shortage, and uh, you know and the pandemic is like affecting everything. So they had to they had to take they had to take measures. They're trying to keep up with the demand, so they had to do something, and prepare for the worst. If the pandemic gets worse, so they can have enough Steam decks out there while they carry on through the pandemic, because the pandemic is really affecting it's affecting everybody's feeling the pandemic. Everybody is. Nobody is exempt. Tech every business worldwide is being affected. So Valve had to take what they call drastic measures, to make sure that they're keeping up with the demands, and orders of the Steam Deck. And not only that, they tested the Steam. They tested them so extensively. So they wouldn't come on sitting there lying to people talking about they never that they wouldn't come on and say, oh, this nothing won't happen. They did this in advance just in case if there's not enough Steam decks on the market, or if the chip shortage get worse. So at the end of the day, you're still getting the Steam Deck at full power, and you're still able to run the games, run all the games that the Steam Deck can handle, and go on from there. But you still got that. But based on that teardown video, you still got the option of replacing the SSD. So just remember that part. But other than that, Steam Deck is good, and they're still updating the system, still going through games, still sorting through games, and they took a it was a huge risk when you really look at it, to like release a handheld device in a pandemic. So Valve Gabe Newell was like, pandemic or not, we got to get these things out on the market, and they stayed the course, and the Steam Deck was delayed once, and they followed through on it, and they did this so they can keep up with the supply and demand, and not only that, they've been communicating with everybody. So as far as like people who lost their orders, or who placed the order, forget it, who lost it, they still came back out, and they were trying to make sure that people get their were able to still get their hands on the Steam Deck. So they have been forthcoming, and they have been communicating with everybody. So as far as the SSD goes, I don't think it's a big deal. Like everybody wanna like some people want to make it out to be, but you still got the option to replace the SSD if you want to, the one inside the Steam Deck. So just remember that. But so far so good with the with the Steam Deck. It's meeting a lot of people's expectation. The only missing part about the Steam Deck is the dock, the docking station. So now the question is going to become now, okay, what is the docking station? Is it just going to be a regular docking station, or is it going to have its own CPU in it, that gives the Steam Deck a little extra power, So as far as like performance is concerned, so that's the only question and concern that everybody else should be worried about is the docking station. What is it going to consist of? What's going to be inside of it? Is it going to be, like I said, is it going to be like your normal docking station that you see, or is it going to be like a docking station with a CPU in it, and probably like a graphics card or something, you know. Probably give the Steam Deck extra power when it's docked. I mean, when it's undocked is one thing, but when it's docked, it's another. So we'll see what they do, but that's the only concern when it comes to the Steam Deck, you know, is the docking station, and that is it, you know, as far as like Steam Deck is concerned. But other than that, people, based on all the YouTube videos that's out there, Steam Deck is good, man. You know, I mean, it's running a lot of games, you know. From Elder Scrolls Online to Final Fantasy VII the remake, God of War, Uncharted should be coming. So it's running PlayStation exclusive, and it's running the Game Pass games. You can run Game Pass on the Steam Deck, so through the cloud. So yeah, handheld is good, man. But other than that, it's just the dock. The only main concern about the Steam Deck right now is the docking station, and that's it. Other than that, it's fine. Anyway, I'm going to leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek thing, or Dark Side. Peace.